Welcome back to Central Dauphin High School. John Repitz along Charlie Fortney and Todd McCall. We're getting ready for the boys' semifinal contest tonight in the Mid-Penn playoffs. Susquehanna Township taking on Steel High, and this is the Select Medical, Physical Therapy, and First Choice Rehabilitation Specialist pregame show. And gentlemen, it seems like so long ago, but these teams actually played on opening night of the high school basketball season. It was, I think, 66 days ago when they actually played. Susquehanna Township won that one. And since then, the Indians have been on pretty much a roll with just one loss. Steel High coming in with a record of 19-4. We thought the girls' game was going to be entertaining, and it certainly was, and we certainly have those same expectations for this one, don't we?
Well, the expectations are high, and you know what? I talked about it being a rival. I can tell you when I was coaching in this game, it was the biggest game. It was the biggest talk. Mike Gaffey came in as a 16 seed with Steel High Rollers. We were the #1 seed, and you might as well call it the district championship. It is a big one, and I think people at home need to stay right in front of this TV because I really believe this game is going to be tighter because it's the playoff atmosphere.
And John, you talked about Susquehanna getting on a roll. Steel High is not the same team they were. They were finding themselves, a lot of new players, chemistry. DeQuan Fleming moved in from Florida. Miko Jenkins has played a great brand of basketball since that first couple games. You just see Steel High just tries to manufacture getting things done there. So they got some explosiveness. They got some guys that can score. There's a nice win against Trinity. So I see this game as a little more even in this atmosphere, but certainly the edge goes to a Jonas Page-led Susquehanna Township. I see him as a Division I guy, and I've not been afraid to tell the Division I scouts about him because put my name on the line because I think he's one of those guys, Todd and John.
And John, I've said the same thing. I wish that when I had the opportunity coaching at Susquehanna, I had a guy come to my doorstep like this. The kid is a very smart kid, and I really feel tonight in playoff basketball, I think the offense needs to go generated around him. I think he needs to get some looks and get opportunities. But you know what? We're in for a good one, John. And on the Steel High side, I've liked what this team has matured into at 19-4, as Charlie said. Fun game, and I don't have to be part of it. I can cheer for both in a good game. That's what I like, Charlie.
Well, you see these guys in the hallway, so you better be careful. When I graduated from Steel High, so I got to be careful.
This is a persona, John. I'm in my persona mode, not teacher mode, not coach mode. Hey, I'm rooting for a good game. You know what I mean, John?
It's hard to believe a team that comes in at 19-4. He said they had to find themselves in the early going. It sounds like they found themselves pretty quickly. We'll see who finds themselves early here tonight. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the start of this one here on ABC 27. The second game of our telecast tonight, semifinals of the Mid-Penn playoffs. Steel High and Susquehanna Township coming your way next. So stay tuned. We're bringing that to you next on High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHF.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When you do, see your doctor and ask for First Choice Rehabilitation Specialists and Select Physical Therapy. First Choice and Select PT lead the way in providing exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. Call 717-558-4333 today to schedule an appointment at one of 15 locations throughout Greater Harrisburg. First Choice and Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
United Concordia Dental has been insuring Central Pennsylvania for over 40 years. Whether you're looking for group, family, or individual coverage, United Concordia has the right plan to fit your specific needs. United Concordia also prides itself on its commitment to the community through its efforts to arrange free dental services for the underserved and its charitable contributions throughout the area. United Concordia not only takes care of your smile, we give you something to smile about.
For generations, Caterpillar has delivered innovative products that help customers build strong, profitable businesses. And for more than 60 years, Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company has been Pennsylvania's source for first-class Caterpillar equipment, service, parts, and rentals. With 26 locations across Pennsylvania, we've grown right alongside our customers, delivering on our commitment to provide a superior experience and maximum value. Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company, helping Pennsylvania prosper since 1948.
This new diet half and half's awesome.
Best part's lemonade. Best part's a tea. Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade!
So which half is your favorite?
And they're blended so perfectly, who cares? Tasty tea, tangy lemonade, 10 calories. Snapple, diet, half and half. Made from the best stuff on earth.
Back at Central Dauphin High School, it's Mid-Penn Semi-Final action. Steel High against Susquehanna Township. High School Sports Live presented by PHFA. Getting ready for the introduction of tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for the Susquehanna Township Indians, coming in with a record of 21-1. Their only loss, 65-57 to Palmyra, about halfway through the season. I believe we're getting ready for the introduction of the starting lineups.
At center,
here we go.
6'6" junior, number 1, Savalas Pope.
Savalas Pope, number 1 for Susquehanna Township, 6'6" junior.
6 feet tall. Freshman, number 3,
Nehemiah Mack, 6-foot freshman, number 3 for Susquehanna Township.
He started all year for them.
Junior, number 4, Gabriel Mack.
Gabe Mack, 5'9" junior.
At forward, 6'4" sophomore, number 15, Joe
Marshall, a 6'3" sophomore.
This is a tremendous athlete. You don't get an athlete built like that as a sophomore too often. Jonas Page to go along with. Wow.
6'6" senior rounds out the starting 5 for Susquehanna Township. And there's the clap that usually accompanies the starting lineup for Steel High.
The 6'2" senior, number 1, Julian Grant.
Julian Grant, number 1 for the Rollers.
At forward, 6'3" senior, number 5, Mark Perry.
Joined by number 5, Mark Perry.
And that's a guy that 35 this year in a single game. He has the ability to get it going.
Dequan Fleming.
Where's number 12 for the Rollers?
At forward, 6'2" junior, number 15, Broderick Simmons Settles. And at guard,
Broderick Simmons Settles.
Senior, number 20, Eddie Furlan.
And Eddie Furlan, number 20, rounds out the starting lineup for Steel High.
And assisted by assistant property, J.D. McFarland and Claude Beaton Sr.
Yeah, Susquehanna had the best, according to Jim Galler, our statistician, they had the best intro. They were dancing in their huddle. It was Harrisburg was second. We got to clarify. Harrisburg was second. Susquehanna's first. And players dancing in the huddle, pumping each other up.
And you mentioned Harrisburg. The winner of this game plays for the Mid-Penn Championship Thursday night against the winner of the other semifinal, taking place as we speak. That is between Harrisburg and Gettysburg. And from East Pennsboro, we've been informed that Harrisburg has a 16-9 lead over Gettysburg late in the first quarter.
And a lot of people say who's Gettysburg, but Cody Kiefer, Ben Kroll, some tough-nosed players. But it is going to be a tall order to go up against one of the top 5 teams in the state in the Harrisburg Cougars.
And we're getting ready to start the boys' game. Steel High in the white, Susquehanna in the red. And we are underway at Central Dauphin. And right away for Susquehanna Township is number 4, Gabe Mack. Give his team the early 3-0 lead.
And that's one of the reasons why Gabe Mack's on the floor. He has a steady presence about him, but he can knock down that three-point shot. He not only can penetrate, but he can knock down the 3. And there is Dequan Fleming doing what he does for Steel High.
And that's number 3, Nehemiah Mack. Number 4, Gabe Mack.
Susquehanna trying to ISO. Steel High coming out in a man-to-man. An aggressive man.
Colin Traveler on the play. And Todd with the save on the baseline. Way to go, Todd.
You know, I just like being active on the baseline.
Dress,
That's all I can say.
Dress shoes on and microphone in hand, and you still make the play.
You got to have a nose for the ball, as Henry Cook used to say. Those are the guys get on the floor. Guys with nose for the ball.
Pass inside, knocked away. Rollers get the loose ball. Still loose inside. We're going to get a jump ball.
Hey, referees are doing a real good job early keeping this game sharp and under control. Referees for tonight are Brad Yanks, Jimmy Williamson, Joe Spangler. We have a really good crew here tonight, guys. You'll see these guys in the big games as we come down the stretch.
Well, it's a veteran crew that's been around in the Mid-State for many years, Charlie.
Have you gotten a technical from one of these guys, Todd, before?
I will not. I will decline any comment on those.
Inside, no good for the Rollers. Loose ball picked up by Page for Susquehanna. Inside, Savalas. Pope draws the foul.
You know, Pope's been a nice addition for the team, giving him just one more big body for Susquehanna. And while they were working some ISO, I think there are going to be some guys like Savalas Pope that needs to get the inside touches.
This is, if Susquehanna wins this game tonight, I don't want to jump the gun for them because Steel High's got a great shot here tonight as well. But the idea of Susquehanna Township and the Harrisburg Cougars playing each other in the Mid-Penn Championship has been has been anticipated all year long. I can't even speak, but it's definitely a matchup that the area fans want to see.
So Township, the early 5-0 lead, just over a minute in, first quarter. Fleming for the Rollers, blocked by Pope. Nice save, but the Indians turn it right back over with a bad pass at midcourt.
You know, I don't know, you can't see this in stats, and we left the play, but this Daquan Fleming penetrates. He jumped up and altered the pass to cause that turnover. This kid's an Energizer bunny. He's everywhere. He's a big player in this area and a great sophomore.
Baseline jumper, Mark Perry gives the Rollers their first points.
Somebody said fasten their seatbelt in pregame, and I believe it. Steel High's not going anywhere. They're going to make a game of this.
Inside, off the glass, no good. Ball loose over the M line, goes to Steel High.
Speaking of referees, Jimmy Williamson, guys, I saw him as a kid reffing the games with Jeff Lebo and Steel High. This guy's been around a while. He's a veteran.
Used to see him on TV doing a lot of college games, too.
Yeah. A number of the Mid-Penn guys do college games. Donnie Epley gets these guys a lot of opportunity.
Great blocks out by Jonas Page off that miss. Down underneath, lays it up and in is Pope for Township.
The big guy kept it above his head. That's what you want to do. You don't want to bring it down. That was an easy deuce.
Eddie Furlan with a miss for Steel High. Pope again with another tough rebound.
Yeah, somebody needs to get a little scouting report to some of these guards at Steel High. You're not going to shoot over a guy 6'7". You're going to have to work the ball an extra pass, make him play a little bit of defense. There's Pope again, keeping the ball above his head.
Follows his own miss. Tremaine Hawthorne calls timeout. 5:10 left. Susquehanna leads by 7. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Register now for Advanced Hoops Premier AAU tryouts.
This Sunday the 17th, we're trying out 5th through 8th grade boys.
Next Sunday the 24th, 6th through 9th grade girls.
We're proud to offer elite level and competitive team opportunities. On March 3rd is the Boys and Girls High School National Showcase tryouts. It is the 3rd year in a row we're taking top boys teams to Las Vegas for the Adidas Super 64.
To get your spot, go to advancedhoops.com.
5:10 left. Susquehanna Township, the early 9-2 lead over Steel High. Steel High only 1 of 6 on 2-point field goal attempts so far in the early going. Rollers with the ball, they trail by 7.
Susquehanna trapping. What I like about this second half of the year Susquehanna Township Indians team is they're getting out, they're getting after it, they're showing their athletes. We saw them in the first High School Sports Live broadcast. We saw a lot of zone. That doesn't speak to their strengths. I mean, these guys, the faster it's happening, the better. And Coach Vince made that adjustment, and it's paying off. And you can see it in their record. They keep getting better.
Julian Grant with the 3 for the Rollers. Makes it a 4-point game. Strong to the hoop. Susquehanna, Joe Marshall.
You can just see early on the size advantage with Marshall, Pope. and even Page. It's going to be really tough, John and Charlie, for the Rollers. They have a smaller lineup in right now.
Well, Miko Jenkins, if they can insert him in the lineup, you get that 6'7" big guy that's pretty athletic that gives them an opportunity to match some size.
Pope with some good work loses the handle underneath.
I know Tremaine Hawthorne looking at his bench, trying to figure out who can I go to provide a spark.
Fleming of the Rollers strong to the hoop. He was grabbed by Nehemiah Mack. His first, team's first. And Fleming was in the act of shooting, so he's going to go to the line for 2.
Checking in for Susquehanna Township, number 5, Takai Turner. And for the Rollers, number 11, Remy James.
Couple of substitutions checking in for both teams. Ramik James for Steel High. Number 5, Takai Turner for Susquehanna, and that's Turner from the corner. Rims out, no good. Tough board work inside. Jonas Page took it up strong, draws the foul.
Foul charge number 13, Anthony Ferguson. That's his first and second.
Steel High giving up a lot of size. It's almost like the girls' game, Just a big difference. Again, they're playing AAA basketball, but single-A enrollment, it doesn't change the numbers game when you're selecting for the team, guys. Miko Jenkins, keep looking at the coach. He wants to play. Coach Tremaine opting for the quicker lineup.
Jonas Page knocks down 2 from the foul line, and we'll take a break with 3:44 left, the opening quarter. Placed by number 2, Jordan Milbury in the Indian lineup. Fleming dishes Ferguson. They're going to call an offensive foul. Ferguson dropped the left shoulder, committed the foul.
Coach Hawthorne's going to have to go to his bench. That's number 2.
Inside, Joe Marshall has the ball swatted away.
Entering for the Rollers, 0, Max Salov.
Max Salov checks in for the Rollers. Marshall, turnaround, got it.
Charlie, Joe Marshall's a guy that's got to start appearing on the underclassmen and maybe an opportunity at looking at that higher level to play in college. He's a guy that needs to get on some college charts.
Well, we've had the privilege of having him play in the program in AAU basketball, and plays for a very good coach in Joe Proctor in AAU, and has a lot of good looks right now. A lot of schools keeping an eye on his progress, and a number of those guys that played for Joe on that top 16 team last year. They won a lot of tournaments, went a lot of places, but Joe Marshall's definitely one of those top guys. And another top sophomore here is Daquan Fleming, number 12 for Steel High. He's another one of those guys, sophomores you talk about. And speaking of sophomores, how about Jihad Proctor, what he's doing at Harrisburg, shooting the basketball, Todd and John?
Well, he's made an absolute difference. We saw him in that Cumberland Valley game, John. He played like he was a senior with composure.
Now you have Miko Jenkins in the game. He was excited to get in. It's time for him to show up and match some post presence. Pope out of the game. Chance for maybe Steel High to have a little bit of an advantage with the big guy in.
Steel High giving a different look, Charlie. They're going with that 3-2 extended.
From the corner for 3.
It's a smart idea to change it up against Susquehanna Township. Make them think a little. They did really well against that man-to-man. Max Warden for Steel High has the ability to hit that shot. Screen on the ball. Quan. Jordan Milbury not liking that call, but I think it's a good call.
And if you know anything about Jordan Milbury, one thing this kid can do, first of all, you should see him on the football field. The kid can play just about any position, quarterback, receiver, specialty guy, but he can D up on the court. I think he's very important in this game tonight, defensively on Fleming.
Long three, no good. Tracked down by Gabe Mack of the Indians. Page, no good.
Max Ward gets a nice rebound. He's also, like I said, a threat out there from three.
Good board work inside by Ramik James. He draws the foul.
Hey guys, this is vintage Rollers basketball. Just scrappy, steel mill, steel town. Get it done, you know? Take a bunch of guys, throw them on the court. A bunch of guys from the east side, a bunch of guys from the west side. You don't know anything about that, Todd.
Well, I do. I just had to play against it. You know, one of the things you talk about, just some of the many legends in roller Steel High history. But one of the things that's just been something that just taught or just ingrained in these players is to go hard. It's not size, it's not class enrollment. Charlie, you know that. They've done it for so many years down here in Steel High, and I'm telling you, I love to root for them, but not coach against them.
Well, Ja'Kai Bowman in for Steel High. Speaking of top sophomores, Joe Proctor, Ja'Kai Bowman play on the same Showcase AAU team, but Ja'Kai Bowman, top player, he has a chance to make a difference in this game. It's only a 5-point game. Steel High is only down 5. Susquehanna's got a lead. Steel High trying to spread Susquehanna out, try to neutralize that size. Nice pass by Jenkins.
Misses the peak. Ja'Kai Bowman. Inside, no good.
Steel High size helped out bringing Jenkins in. Charlie, like you said, they're not getting easy looks now inside.
Tell you what, Jenkins is not only a size, but he's a good basketball player. He finds people. He does make some what you call boneheaded decisions sometimes, but that's part of playing hard. And part of wanting to win is scrapping out there.
Running shot from the baseline is good by Nehemiah Mack. .30 seconds left. Susquehanna on top by 7.
That's not the kind of post play they want from Jenkins. They want him to square up and take it to the hole. Not great back to the basket guy, more of a catch and face guy.
Joe Marshall.
Guys, Marshall leads Susquehanna with 6 tonight, and he came to play. Charlie, this kid came to play tonight.
5 seconds left. Long three-pointer, good. Dequan Fleming makes it a 6-point game after 1 quarter. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Think about it. What could you do with $3,600? That's how much you'll save on a brand new 2013 Ford Escape this month only at Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. Yes, right now Hoffman is taking $3,600 off the redesigned Ford Escape with an athletic new look, plus hands-free power liftgate, My Ford Touch electronics interface, and more. Nobody gives you the selection, service, and Central PA's best Ford deals like Hoffman Ford. Online at hoffmanford.com.
Hey folks, I've never met anyone who didn't love a bargain. At Ollie's Bargain Outlet, you'll find brand name merchandise at up to 70% off the fancy store prices. We scour the world to find closeouts, package changes, overruns, bargains on Mattel, Black & Decker, Ortho, Mohawk, Bissell, Random House, and more.
New bargains arrive daily, but when they're gone, they're gone. Visit ollies.us for a store near you. Ollie's.
Good stuff, cheap!
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free homeownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of homeownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Back at Central Dauphin, Mid-Penn semifinal action after one quarter. Susquehanna Township leads Steel High 19-13. Make it now 21-13.
Yeah, quiet Jonas Page has now just woke up, and that's not good news for Steel High if Jonas Page can get it going.
Foul whistled inside.
Foul charge in Indians, number 1,
Savalas Pope. And let's go to Todd in the lineup in the stands for an interview. Todd.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm here with Chambersburg head coach Bo Gantz. But Bo, you know, you've been around the game for a while. Talk about getting back into the ball game here this year.
Well, it's kind of fun, you know, getting back in it too. I've missed it for a long time. Always knew I wanted to get back in it. Didn't know it'd be as soon as I retired, but nevertheless, I'm kind of thankful for being able to get back into it.
Well, Bo, it gives you an opportunity to get back in the game, but you've seen these teams play, but you've also seen Harrisburg. If Harrisburg goes on to win tonight, how do you feel like a Susquehanna Township or Steel High matches up against them?
Well, I think it'll be a pretty good matchup. I mean, Harrisburg is awful quick. They're 10 or 12 deep. I'm watching Susquehanna play. They're also about 9, 10 deep. So it ought to be pretty interesting. They both have incredible athletes, kids who can get up and down the floor. I think either team will do well.
Well, thank you, Bo. Good luck to you in the future at Chambersburg. Guys, you know, it's going to be an interesting matchup. Bo Gantz, Chambersburg coach. John, Charlie.
Thanks, Todd. 21-14 the score. 23-14 is the layup by Susquehanna's Sakai Turner. Rollers slowing it down. Fleming no good. Ball's tipped. Page starts the Indians on the break. Pull up three, no good. Good board work inside. Savalas Pope.
Steel High is cannot go much longer without Miko Jenkins in the game. You need you got two guys 6'6", 6'7" out there for Susquehanna. You got your 6'7" guy on the bench. You got to use him, and you know, who knows what's going on over there, but Jenkins had a good stretch here, and we're just going to get away from Steel High here with that size. It's already up 11, Susquehanna.
Pope completes the three-point play. So it's now a 12-point game, 26-14. Long shot off the mark. Pope with the rebound. Looking inside to Marshall. Now the Indians slowing it down a bit.
You know, Susquehanna, there doesn't seem to be any screens or any sensitivity to get Jonas the ball, and maybe that's by design, so that the teams will just play everybody straight up and not key on one player.
Rollers looking for an answer as Susquehanna's doubled them up. It's 28-14, and there's the answer. Dequan Fleming with the three. Big basket for the Rollers. Oak Township answers right back. Pope inside. Fleming with the shot, doesn't get it to fall, but draws the foul.
Well, little birdie played the recorder over there because Jenkins coming in the game, and it is much needed. Changed the whole landscape of Steel High's offense when they have a big guy around the basket. It kind of forces Susquehanna's defense to have to pay attention to that size, John. Todd?
Quan Fleming misses the first. Fleming is 67% shooter during the season. From the line, he'll shoot another. Got that one.
And he makes the second.
Pope inside, swatted away, gets it back, swatted away again. Jimmy Williamson's gonna call a foul. Not often you see your 6'6" man inside get the ball blocked twice, but there was one, and there was the second, but they said there was a foul on that second one.
Oh, and it helps to have some size to match up with that. You see Mako Jenkins right there. Earlier you see Pope making those shots with nobody on him, nobody to match him, so it's already working. The substitution for Steel High was a smart one by Coach Hawthorne.
Pope makes one, so it's 31-18.
He's really improved for this team, settling down a lot. It's an extended 3-2, hard to score against. And you got guys the size of Joe Marshall, Savalas Pope, Jonas Page.
Fleming hard off the back rim, no good. Back come the Indians.
That was too close for Fleming. He needs to be 6 feet behind the line to make those.
And getting the roll on the rim for Susquehanna is Gabe Mack. That's now a 15-point game.
It's a big basket.
And Mark Perry for Steel High gets the basket and draws the foul. Team fouls now 6, or actually 7, so that's going to put the Rollers in the bonus for the rest of the half. Steel High with 5 team fouls. Coach Rogers, you saw there, getting an explanation from ref Jimmy Williamson as to what was going on there on the floor. And Perry nails the foul shot.
Your senior Jaron Dunbar seeing his first minutes. Dunbar, a nice player. He's got several colleges looking at him. Will play college basketball. Just with the addition of Savalas Pope this year, just lost a lot of time. Real fundamental post at about 6'4", 6'5". Great defender in the post. Can also knock down the 15-footer. He may help Susquehanna as they go down the stretch in the playoffs with the things he brings to the table.
Marshall called for traveling as he drugged the pivot foot on the court. And we're going to have a TV timeout with 3:59 left. Susquehanna Township leads Steel High by 12. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
High School Sports Live on ABC 27 is sponsored by The Patriot News, powered by PennLive.com. By Keystone Tax Associates, proud sponsor of High School Sports Live. Thanks to Joseph Sandry and Keystone Tax Associates for their support of high school student athletes. By the Keystone State Games, coming to the Harrisburg-Hershey area again in 2013. And by Sports Recruiters. Get noticed, get recognized, get recruited. SportsRecruiters.com.
Register now for Advanced Hoops Premier AAU tryouts.
This Sunday the 17th, we're trying out 5th through 8th grade boys. Next Sunday the 24th, 6th through 9th grade girls.
We're proud to offer elite level and competitive team opportunities. On March 3rd is the Boys and Girls High School National Showcase tryouts. It is the 3rd year in a row we're taking top boys teams to Las Vegas for the Adidas Super 64.
To get your spot, go to advancedhoops.com.
Since 1955, Rosman Brothers, family owned, featuring American made, fast delivery, great prices, super service. Buy the best, buy Rosman Brothers.
Harrisburg leads its semifinal game 49-32 at halftime. The winner of that game plays the winner of this game. And right now that's Susquehanna Township leading Steel High by 12. Ball goes over the end line. They say it's touched by an Indian player over the line, so it's going to go to Steel High. (33-21) as we approach the 3:30 mark in tonight's second quarter. Mark Perry no good. A couple of players hit the floor inside. That's going to be an offensive foul. Team sixth on the Rollers, so the next foul will put Susquehanna in the bonus for the rest of the half.
I like the way Jenkins is battling though. He's throwing his arms around. That was a good foul. Kind of let Susquehanna know that there's some physical brawn that they got to deal with around the basket. He's playing with some emotion.
Three by Pope, no good. Follow up inside, Mark Perry for Steel High. So the Rollers have trimmed the lead down to 10. It's 33-23 with 2:50 left. But Shaquin McNeil called for the reach. So both teams now with 17 fouls, so both will be shooting fouls the rest of the half.
McNeil's ordered with the foul. He's getting a little bit physical. He's actually picking up his forearm a little bit, and I think it was a good call just to kind of break it down off the game. He's trying to get in Page's head a little bit, but refs are there to make the call.
So Jonas Page at the line for Susquehanna. Steel High coach Tremaine Hawthorne looks on, and there's part of the crowd here tonight. Gym filled up quite nicely here at Central Dauphin for this doubleheader semifinal action, Mid-Penn Conference playoffs.
Steel High, this is an important point with 2:40 to go to try to get into halftime with it, cut that lead within 10, and DeQuan Fleming's helping them out right now.
Fleming hit, so it's back to a 10-point game, 35-25. Page had it knocked away, but they call a foul on the play.
Well, these are foul shots for a guy that's going to be an automatic 2 points, so it's time for Steel High to recognize that, who they're guarding here, because Page could make a living on the foul line here with the bonus. Still a lot of time in the first half.
I think Coach Hawthorne is recognizing that right away. You can't keep fouling Page, and I think McNeil was just over-aggressively playing, and that lets Page get some easy ones, like you said, Charlie.
Page shooting a tick over 61% from the line for the season, misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So the Rollers with a chance to knock it down under 10. Jenkins faces up, spins, strong, no. Back come the Indians. Swatted away inside. Jenkins with authority.
And this is what Jenkins brings to the table. But on the offensive end, John and Todd, he doesn't have patented post moves. He's more of a wiry big. He's got to go to the hole and try to get fouled. Play like a guard around the basket.
Inbound pass stolen. Good play by Steel High. Ja'Kai Bowman, and from the corner, Ramik James with 3 makes it a 7-point game. Strong to the hoop for Susquehanna. Kai Turner draws the foul.
And that might be 2 on Jenkins, and he coming off the bench. He's all of a sudden being an asset, being in a game. He's going to have to come out for the last minute 39. But with him and being on the court, they're only down 7, John and Todd. His presence has made a difference.
No doubt about it.